I didn't get to sit next to him because he wasn't sitting next to anybody. He was in the captain's seat. And then the next time I flew first class, guess who I saw? No, you're wrong. Supermodel Rachel Hunter. Yeah, you feel the same way I do. Former wife of Rod Stewart. The youngsters in the audience won't know what I'm talking about. Okay, State, I don't know. She should leave now. It was going well for a while. And let me tell you, I looked at Rachel Hunter too, and she looked terrific. I think she's a very beautiful woman. In fact, I think she's so beautiful she could be a supermodel. Now, don't get the wrong idea. I'm a happily married man. I do not want to have an affair with supermodel Rachel Hunter. But I was very, very angry that I did not get to sit next to her. You know, because I was sitting there in my seat, which was very comfortable, I have to say. And I saw her, and it was a night flight, and in the middle of the flight, you know, all of a sudden, Rachel Hunter began to recline. You know, the seats go, basically they go upside down. And she fell asleep. And the idiot sitting next to her was some business guy doing a Sudoku or, you know, planning out which accessories poster he was going to buy at the Sky Mall. Seemingly unaware that Rachel Hunter was sitting right next to him. And this made me very, very angry. Because I realized that I had a 1 in 8 chance of sitting in that seat. You know? Yeah, and while it would be creepy, I appreciate it. It would be technically acceptable, had I been sitting next to her, to also recline. To a lying down position. And fall asleep. With the breath of Rachel Hunter on her cheek. I don't want to have an affair with Rachel Hunter. But this is an unusual life occurrence that might have happened to me. And it's not as though I was hoping for this all of my life. I was perfectly happy for this to never happen to me. That I would never meet or take an airplane double Barcalounger nap with Rachel Hunter. It's not like it was a life's ambition for me. But I grew very, very, very frustrated indeed. Because I had a 1 in 8 chance. And I guarantee you those odds are never going to get better. The next flight I took, guess who I saw? Can you guess? Did you guess actor and director Peter Berg? Chicago Hope's Billy Cronk? No? Well, you guessed right. If you guessed Peter Berg, who you might remember from Chicago Hope playing the role of Billy Cronk, who now directs Friday Night Lights quite a bit. I happen to remember him from my days working in the video store from the movie Late for Dinner, early 90s movie in which Peter Berg played a mentally retarded man who was cryonically frozen. And then came back to surprise Marcia Gay Harden. I know, old story. Seen it a million times. But it's one of those enduring plot lines that you just have to tell over and over again. Peter Berg not only was in first class with me, but he was sitting next to me. Finally, I had my chance. Now, I didn't want to get up in Peter Berg's face, because extremely famous people like me and Peter Berg, we keep our distance from one another, you know, you understand. But I couldn't help myself, because he pulled out a copy of Frank Herbert's Dune. And at that moment, I felt a deep feeling that I had to express, which was, man, I wish I had brought a copy of Dune to read on this flight. Because it just seemed at that moment like the greatest idea ever. Because it always is. And Peter Berg said, really? You want one? Because I've got 2 copies. You have to appreciate that when something like that actually happens, it makes my job of lying Very difficult to do. You may also wonder, I've seen you somewhere before, if you haven't thought of, you don't know me from The Daily Show or the ads for human computers.